Hi guys, it's Madeline. This is my language and cultural contact presentation number 1. So the activities I used for my contact hours were I watched Moana in Spanish and I had to keep pausing a little bit because it was a little bit tricky to keep up with it. So it took 2 hours for me to watch it. And I also was reading about the hurricane that's hitting Florida, Hurricane Irma, and then I read about Hurricane Harvey last week, so that totaled up to be 1 hour. And I also use Duolingo, which is a Spanish app for learners just to learn basic words, and it tells you how to pronounce them and lots of other stuff. So for Moana, some words that I learned were Las Fibras, which means fibers, bailar, which is dance, El Pueblo, Pueblo is village, Ser hija de tu padre is you are your father's daughter, and La Voz is voice, Los ojos are eyes, El pollo is a chicken, which is in the movie there is a chicken that is tags along with Moana on her village, and Los cocos, which is coconuts, and peces, which is fish, El viento, which is the wind, and una luz is light. For those of you who have not seen Moana, is about it's about Moana, and her father is a chief and she is next in line to be chief, and her village starts to fail because it's not able to grow anything anymore, and it is due to Maui stealing the heart of Tahiti, and she has to go sail out and find it. She's being really brave, and the show is based for families, and it's obviously a kid show because the Spanish was more basic, so it was a little bit easier for me to translate. And she was also taking care of people, which in Spanish cultures they do that a lot too. She was taking care of her elders, so I feel like this shows a little bit of how Spanish people take care of their elders. I also, on Med Plus, I read about the hurricane, and some Spanish words that I learned are huracán is the hurricane, tormenta tropical is tropical storm, árboles is trees, las perdidas is the losses, un desastre is disaster, inundaciones is floods, evacuar is evacuate, and la ansiedad is anxiety. This was written from the article I read was written from outside of the United States, so it showed a little bit about how they cared about the United States, and Spanish culture is just very caring in general. And this was written in the news, and it was about a natural disaster. My last contact hours that I did 1 hour with Duolingo, and basically I studied the animals this week, and what I learned is that the whale is ballena, and the shark is tiburon, And the dolphin is delphine. A kangaroo is kangaroo. A cat is gato. And the zebra is zebra. This was basically an app that taught you more basic Spanish words, and there were lots of other things, but I only studied. There were lots of other things to study this week, but I only studied the animals, and overall, I learned a lot of new words this week, and I really enjoyed about reading about the hurricane in another language. It was really interesting, and to watch Moana in another language was actually really cool because I've seen it in English, but when it was translated into Spanish, it actually made sense because I knew what it was talking about. Thanks. Bye.